Thanks for the super chat, asshole. I love taking my anger out on haters.
Hey guys.
Hey Amber.
They saw my tum-tum.
The moon landing didn't happen.
Are you actually gonna wear that?
Okay, fine. You're the queen of lolcows. Well done, you.
Did she spray Pam on the food?
That ass, though. I am the worst YouTuber ever. Some of the things I did was ugly, stupid, liar, unwanted, inconsiderate, fat. And then I put shoot holes in this area using a gun.
Hey folks, what's good? I'm Professor Dietz, and welcome to another round of Amberverse of Video Clip Roulette. And yes, I know that is not exactly the catchiest of titles, but to be honest, it's the best I got, so we're gonna work with it. In any case, Video Clip Roulette is a series that I have been making for my channel members. And to be honest, I kind of love it. I have a lot of fun making it, and I think my members enjoy them as well. I guess it's kind of like a cross between a compilation video and a retro react. Anyway, that's the main idea. And because it's random, it truly ends up being a mixed bag of lengths, topics, and time periods. So we are going to be taking a trip through the eras, and today we're going to see clips from the Krystle, the Destiny, the Beck, the Wifey, and even a bonus dramatic reading from the Emily era, which I kind of didn't realize at the time wasn't a video clip and was a screenshot, so I just went ahead and read it out loud. I will, of course, be stopping to introduce each clip and add my thoughts along the way. Never fear, of course, as always, there will, of course, be a corgi cam at the end to cleanse our palates. Let's kick off with a clip from one of my very favorite eras. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've actually been waiting for this clip to be pulled for one of these videos. I knew that I had it and then I never used it, and then it was just kicking around somewhere in my folders. Now, this is a look into Amber's brain that I don't know how many of you have actually seen, because I do know that a lot of people never went back to watch Amber's content from this time. But there are some real gems to be found in there. So this one is actually a moment in time when Amber decided she wanted to share one of her journals with her viewers. And it was kind of an interesting journal, right? It wasn't just writing. It was one of those prompt journals. So each page had something different on it that you would fill it out with or draw in, whatever. Honestly, it's kind of like the predecessor to her junk journaling. But in any case, Amber decided one day to show off a bunch of the pages in this journal of hers, and we got to see a part of her brain that I don't think anybody asked to see.
Oh, this was funny. You're supposed to spill coffee and fling it, but I did hot chocolate, and I cut that out and put that there. And this one is you're supposed to poke holes in this page using a pencil. I mean, you can make this whatever you want. It's your journal. That's like the point of it. So I kind of made it to where what people call you isn't who you truly are. Take a shot at the false things people say about you. Maybe it'll help you feel better.
Oh, and by the way, this page right here is actually the reason why I recorded this video clip in the first place. So it's very interesting. Let's just say that.
I don't know. I just thought it was random. Some of the things I did was ugly, stupid, liar, unwanted, inconsiderate, fat. And then I put shoot holes in this area using a gun.
Ooh, wow. There's a lot going on that one. And first of all, victim Lynn has already been born, right? We knew that she existed before her channel even, but just remember that this video is from early on in her career. It is earlier in the Krystle Era. She already has people saying these things to her. I guess people were saying this to her long before she ever had her own channel. So if you really think about it, it's kind of wild that she would be any kind of surprised when people started calling her these same words when she put herself on YouTube. Which, also pretty sad, but you would think that just maybe she would listen to some of these people, make changes. But no, not Amberlynn Reid. As we like to say, she will never change unless it's just to get worse. But then the second part of this is that the prompt was actually just to poke holes in it with a pencil. And, what did she decide to change it to? Oh my God.
Help. Police.
The violence that she turned this into and then giggled about it. I don't know what to say about that. That is so telling. It is all we need to know. This is scary that this is literally the inside of her mind. She doesn't want to just poke holes in something. She wants to react with violence. And unfortunately, I'm sure she always will. Anyway, let's keep watching the rest of this little video.
I don't know. It was just something random. And this one was draw fat lines and thin lines. This one was do a handprint. I used hot sauce. And then I put like a fake ring right there. I thought that was funny. And I'm filming a video. Okay, the next one was just color this entire page.
I forgot that Krystle walked in when she was filming this and got that kind of reaction, which of course is the reaction she always got from Amber. Just so rude. I mean, notice how Krystle slammed the door behind her, obviously annoyed. I do wish that I could have figured out what Krystle said, but unfortunately, with the simple tools that I have in my studio, I just couldn't do it. But she obviously just wanted to tell Amber something and got Amber's rude reaction in return. Here Amber is living in Krystle's house, Krystle's parents supporting her, paying for her entire life, giving her a roof over her head, driving her around, taking her out to restaurants, giving her an allowance that is bigger than some people's paychecks. And Amber sits in the room filming the inside of her journal just to get people to feel sorry for her and also to see how creative she is, and is rude to the people who take care of her. Rude to the person who's supposed to be her girlfriend, simply because she walked into a room in her own goddamn house. Jesus, Amber.
Sorry, that was my girlfriend. She didn't know I was recording a video, but
How dare she?
this was just color this entire page, so I just did like random stuff.
Riveting.
And then this one was throw something. We were supposed to dip a ball in paint or a pencil or something, but I didn't have that, so I used nail polish. This part was funny. We were supposed to press leaves and other found things from outside on here. I used to have a little bit more, but it's like fallen off. That's like a rock and leaves and I'm not sure what that is. But what was funny was my girlfriend hates nature, so the fact that she actually went out there and did it was insane to me.
Wow. Of course she's gonna trash talk Krystle when she leaves the room. I mean, she already was annoying because she walked into it in the first place. Amber, no one thinks that you are the one who wanted to go on some nature walk. Now, I don't know about Krystle, but if she didn't want to go, it probably wasn't because she hates nature. It was probably because she didn't want to be with you, being so rude to her all the time. I'd be willing to bet that they just went to that big backyard of Krystle's parents' house, picked up a couple leaves, and glued them to this page. There was no walking in nature.
And I don't see you out there walking children in nature.
This one was scratch using a sharp object. I used a knife.
Oh goody, another weapon.
So I drew a knife and then cut it out. And that's exactly what the knife looked like too, so I thought that was pretty funny. That's supposed to be blood.
That's supposed to be blood.
And then this one is do some rubbings with a pencil. This one was kind of meh, but I did rubbings with a pencil. You can't really see it. And then I put great minds think alike. I'm not too sure why I put that, to be honest. I wonder if it's because my girlfriend and I both drew a heart or something. I don't know. And might I say, that's like almost a perfect heart there.
That's right, Amber Perfection Reid.
This one was scribble wildly, violently with reckless abandon.
Guys, this theme of violence is really disturbing me at this point. We've seen just a few pages of her journal, and this is what we're getting. So, yeah.
Yeah, about that. This one was tear strips, rip it up. So each strip I did that, but I put something different on each one.
Well, friends, that's the end of that recording. To be honest, I actually don't remember why I recorded this in the first place. I imagine that it was probably from one of my earlier girl games when I was going through the Krystle Era, but I actually don't know. Maybe I was just disgusted enough by it that someday I knew I'd find a place for it, and here we are today. Well, if that doesn't say who Amber is, I don't know what does. Let's move on to the Destiny Era.
Hold on, we gotta turn these in and get a wristband.
Oh, damn. This is when they go to the fair. That's right. I haven't seen this in a long time. I honestly can't remember what happens here, and I don't know why I may have recorded it, so I guess we're gonna find out together. Let's watch.
Where?
Are you excited? $10 wristband day. So it's half off. See? Oh. Do you put it on yourself?
No, you gotta go through this one. Go.
Thank you. Oh, I don't have one.
Okay, I don't know if this is the reason why I recorded this clip, but man, that is rough. The fact that Amberlynn knows that she's too big to ride the rides and she's not even getting a wristband to try. I mean, I remember in the Krystle Era, I don't remember what it was called, but they did go to some, it was like adventure park or whatever, I don't know. And she did try to go on a ride and ended up not being able to fit on the ride.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm humiliated, I'm sad, I'm embarrassed. I was in line to go on a ride, and I'm always nervous when I'm about to go on a ride because most of the time I don't fit, like you guys know, so I wanted to give it a chance. And you know those things that you have to like walk through for it to kind of scan you as a person, like those metal bars? Well, I didn't fit in it. I couldn't fit in it whatsoever. I couldn't even walk through it. And it was really embarrassing. There was no way for me to get past. So the lady's like, well, turn around and come through the exit. I mean, the whole thing was the most embarrassing thing in the world. So I just left and I told them I'm just not going to go on it. I'm just so ashamed. I am a 23-year-old girl who can't fit through like a human thing. It's pretty pathetic. And what hurts the most is that I was supposed to go on it with Krystle and now I can't.
Oh, it was sad. I've never been in that position before, and I can only imagine how embarrassing it must be. That's tough. But all she did the rest of the day was mope, and I'm pretty sure that she and Krystle got in a pretty big fight while they were there because of it all. And Amber was just standing off to the side, watching and filming Krystle and her parents as they had a nice time. I'm assuming, though, that it was that experience that kind of informed this moment where Amber just knew that, she at this point had gained quite a bit of weight since the Krystle Era and knew that she wasn't going to fit on these rides. So she didn't even get a wristband. It's kind of, I don't know. It's one of those moments where if I didn't know Amber and know who she was as a person, I would feel pretty bad for her. At the same time, it's Amber and she's not a good person, so I don't know. I'm not here to criticize or even discuss Amber's size, but every now and then there are scenes like this one that, they're just really tough to see.
Destiny's about to ride this ride, y'all.
Damn, the sound on this clip is terrible. I'm gonna try my best to make it something we can actually hear, but I don't know what I can do with this. It's real bad.
It goes all the way up. I'm gonna get further back so y'all can see.
them to do this one where it like goes around in a circle and you're like upside down. Like, I just can't. Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, I guess that is the end of this clip from the fair. Again, I'm not totally sure why I recorded it, but hey, I guess that's part of the fun of video clip roulette. You just really never know what you're going to get. Now, it looks like I do have another clip from the Destiny era, so let's see what this one has to offer.
Like, I honestly feel like if I ever got cancer, I would completely change the way I ate.
Oh, well, I see we have ourselves a very dark one. Wow, these two Destiny era clips are very depressing. Here we have Amber talking about how she'd change her life if she ever got cancer. Oof. I'll start it over from the beginning again because it's not that long, and let us watch the entire thing.
Like, I honestly feel like if I ever got cancer, I would completely change the way I ate. And that's pathetic because I feel like a lot of people wait until they hit that like rock bottom or they feel like there's nothing they could do. And I feel like even for me, even Destiny, like we need to change our eating habits like now instead of like when I'm bedridden or Destiny gained 1 billion pounds. Like,
all right, well, that is the entire clip. And damn. First of all, kind of a side note, let's not bring Destiny into this equation, please. Amber just loves it when other people around her are also gaining weight because clearly it makes her feel better about herself. That's also not the main point of this clip. I think we all know exactly why I recorded it. Ooh, I mean, she is sitting here literally telling her own future, and we all know she did not follow through on what she said here, of course, because she never does. She makes goals, she makes promises, she never follows through on any of them. And look at where she ended up. Wow, it is just wild that she said all this right before it happened. And speaking of which, let's move on to the Beck era and see what this really super fun game has in store for us. Oh, this clip. I have a feeling it's one of those clips that we look back on now and it holds all this new meaning. And I say that because of something that Beck and Destiny discussed when they came online and had their kind of live stream era in 2025. It came up that Amber never wanted them to even watch her channel, right? They knew that she was filming videos, but they came out and said like, A, she didn't want me watching them or didn't even tell me about them in Destiny's case.
Right? Like, I never watched, like, from the time we got together or, like, even when we were talking, like, before we have physically met. I never watched her videos. Like, when me and her first started talking, she didn't even tell me she had a YouTube channel. Like, I don't remember how I stumbled upon it. I want to say she had posted something on Instagram, and I was like, she posts YouTube videos. And, I mean, she wasn't very big yet. But when I saw them, I said something about it to her, and she was like, oh, my gosh, don't watch my videos.
Or with Beck, they weren't really even just technically, and I used an eye roll and quotes here, allowed to watch Amber's channel because, you know, if Amber knew that Beck was watching her videos, then it would be possible for Beck to see the lies that she was telling and basically just this narrative that she had going on. And Beck would call her out on it or something might happen. But Beck wasn't even allowed to watch reaction channels either. Not only might they see the narrative and the lies that Amber was telling in her videos, but, you know, Amber wanted to keep Beck and Destiny angry at reaction channels without actually watching them so that they would see the truth. Anyway, it's just Amber needing to keep her own stories straight without anybody finding out about her lies so that she can remain victim Lynn on all sides of her stories.
She would spend an hour at a time scrolling through her YouTube comments on and off daily. She would also cry about her YouTube comments and talk about how detrimental it was to her mental health, but would go out of her way to read them along with posts on Reddit, Kiwi Farms, and Facebook.
Now, let's go back to that Beck era, right? And watch this moment. It's very short. It is a very short clip, but there's just so much here.
So, I hear Becky out there totally listening to my YouTube videos, and that's always like so awkward. I'm just like, okay. So yeah, this is more so like a snack really, but.
So a couple things in that very short clip. So the first thing is Beck actually kind of having a bit of nerve here, right? I mean, they are outright watching Amber's videos, knowing Amber doesn't want them to, but taking advantage of this time when Amber is making one of those videos to go ahead and watch. It's actually pretty damn smart. And because Amber is filming, right, we see Amber. We see the look on her face. Amber's face, oh my God, she's so pissed off. She tries to hide it. She tries to hide the fact that she is so mad in that moment. She calls it awkward, but you don't need to be good at reading expressions to know exactly how she felt in that moment. She was pissed. She did not want Beck watching any of those videos. She wanted to be in charge of what Beck saw because Amber knew if Beck saw something on one of those videos that was a lie or whatever, that would change things big time. Isn't it just so interesting rewatching some of these scenes, knowing what we know now and seeing them in a whole new light? I feel actually kind of bad for Beck in this moment because they're just trying to see some truth. They're trying to get around Amber's constant control and using the only moment they probably have all day to themselves to do something that Amber doesn't want them to do. So knowing that Amber caught Beck doing this and watching her videos, honestly, it makes me wonder what happened when the camera went off, when Amber stopped filming. What happened to Beck? Beck got yelled at. Beck got in trouble, and probably an unending fight for days. Man, I wonder how many people really saw this scene for what it is at the time.
I have months and months of Torrid.
Oh, yay. Looks like I pulled a Torrid haul for us this time around from the Wifey Era. I mean, no big surprise there. You know, the Wifey Era, ugh, it was just so boring, and this, I guess, is a perfect representation of one of the videos we would get during that time, so yeah, sure. Let's give it a watch and see whatever clothing she got from Torrid this time. And what, did she spend thousands and thousands of dollars on this stuff that she never really wore? Maybe like 1 or 2 out of each shipment would we ever see again? Ugh.
Sitting next to me, more than I actually thought. I rounded it all together and I'm like, damn. So here we have a size 6 shirt, 9 times out of 10. All the shirts I get are size 6s. It is, okay, it smells like vinegar. Sometimes new clothing smells like vinegar. It's very rare that that happens with Torrid, but with this one, it is happening.
Is that actually a thing? Do lots of people smell vinegar on new clothes on a regular basis? It's not like I buy a ton of clothes myself, so I don't know. I just know that I've never really noticed new clothes smelling like vinegar, so whatever. It's not really that important anyway.
So it is just a regular black t-shirt, but the sleeves have this really pretty white lace, and I love stripes on t-shirts when it's on the sleeves. Oh, as you can tell, I'm literally wearing it today. Really, really love this vibe. Next is a shirt, again, size 6. I just feel like I need to say that for those who are shaped like me, because I know there are people out there watching me who look like me. So this is a Betsy, size 6. It is like this yellow color, and it says, "Never say sorry for being real," which this is true.
Isn't it funny when narcissists buy things like this? Things that exemplify the character that they're portraying in the world, or maybe even deep down think that they are in reality, but we all know they are the exact opposite. Never say sorry. She never says sorry anyway, not without some kind of caveat that it wasn't her fault anyway. And for being real, Amber is so not real that this is actually hilarious. All she does is wear masks, right? Every different relationship, every era she's had, she's worn a different one. Her personality, her voice, even her accent has changed from era to era. I don't even think Amber knows who she is. I feel like I could talk about this t-shirt and why she bought it for a very long time. It is amazingly hilarious that she bought it and is holding it up for her viewers. I can't with her.
But obviously don't be a BITCH. But I thought this was super cute. Love it. Here we have a size 4, so that means this is a, wait, what? I'm so confused. Oh. So I got these shirts. Oh, I hope that wasn't bad lighting. It probably was. So I got these shirts I made sure to get a size 4. I got a black and a white because I wanted to use them as undershirts, just for like a little bit of a longer sleeve for when I am wearing like tank tops and I don't feel like wearing cardigan. So here is a size 4 dress. This is kind of like a dark mauve color, mauve, which is one of my most favorite colors. And I love this type of fit. It makes my boobies look good. Because I do have this, I think, in black or something very, very similar. I love the bow in the front. I think it's super cute. And then in the back is just like this stretchy material. Oh, okay. So I got this in size 4. I forgot that I got it. I guess I don't know. Like, my boobs are really small for my stature. Obviously, I'm going to try this on, but I'm not gonna like show you guys. I just thought it was so cute. It's like this fake leather moment. There's some lace, and oh my god, she's sexy.
You know, as boring as this is, and yes, it's quite boring, it's kind of interesting still watching it today. And comparing it to who she is and how she seems on Lolcow Bus. Because honestly, it has been a minute since we have seen Amberlynn not just raging or just looking like she's completely miserable, because she is. And this Amber, this one from this Wifey Era doing this Torrid haul, man, I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking to myself, you know, this is what she wants to be doing. This is how she wants to be making her money. And she had it. She was maybe not exceptionally happy at this point in time, but honestly, she was pretty happy for Amber. And thinking about it like this makes it honestly even more depressing, because she had this. You know, Amber had this life for years. And sure, there were definitely a whole lot of haters happening in and amongst all this, but it's not like what she's going through now. You know, we haven't seen her smiling and laughing and showing us a boring part of her life in a very long time. All she does now is be forced to rehash her own lies and multiple stories and try and defend herself, even though there's no way she can defend herself. So all she does is cry and rage, cry some more, yell, scream, and be this miserable human. During the Wifey Era, there were definitely haters. It's not like it was all laughing and all giggles all the time and singing little songs and trying on her Torrid hauls, but it was a lot of this, you know? But Amber, she couldn't get over herself. She couldn't ignore the haters. She had to respond to them. She had to just be the horrible person that she is, thinking she'd always get away with it. I mean, she was just continuously showcasing mental illness in a dangerous way, treating her partners like caregivers and her pets like they're stuffed animals. And she just kept thinking no one was ever going to see the real her, even though she was plastering it all over YouTube. Her bitterness just curdled, really, and made her into who she is now, this miserable person who has lost her monetization because she squandered that opportunity and didn't follow just the few rules that YouTube has. She just figured she'd never get in trouble because she's untouchable, right? She is Amberlynn Reid. She brings in all the money and she pays everyone's salaries on YouTube. That's just in her head, and it always has been. And now look at her. The only way she can make money is by just humiliating herself on Keemstar's channels. Just being that person that she has become that I can't even watch. I can barely watch the highlight reels from those things. But I digress. I'm just sitting here watching this Wifey Era Torrid haul and thinking about how much Amber lost and who she's become. What a sad freaking story.
Next thing is a dress. We have another dress, which is a size 4. It is just like this, what would you consider it? Dark olive hunter green? I don't even know.
Honestly, I don't have the time or the interest to watch Amber unbox all of these outfits, let's just go to watching her try them on for a minute.
So here I actually tried on the shirt that I got to be an undershirt, and it works pretty well. So I love that. I do enjoy this shirt. I think it's super cute. I love pink. Pink is one of my favorite colors. Meet the Flintstones. I think it's cute. I'm not so sure I would actually wear it with the undershirt. Actually, I know that I wouldn't. I think it would be cuter with like one of my purple fuzzy cardigans. Maybe we'll see that in a future video. I adore the shirt. I actually really like it with the black undershirt as well. So if you are self-conscious about your arms, I definitely recommend doing this idea because I am self-conscious, not gonna lie. And you guys, I knew I was gonna be obsessed with the shirt, and I was right. I think it fits me perfectly. I think it's adorable. It covers my arms just how I like it. Yes. So this, I'm pretty sure the buttons up top are real, but then once it gets like below the boobs, they're fake. And it has pockets, girls and guys. All absolutely love pockets, don't we? Don't we? But this dress was okay. I mean, it's a little long. I am obsessed with this dress, the way it flows, the way it fits. I think it's perfect. I love the color. And you guys, like I said, it makes my boobies look good. It makes them look bigger than they actually are. And we're here for it.
Okay, folks, that is definitely enough of the Torrid haul. I think I pretty much shared everything I wanted to say about it about halfway through, so instead of continuing to chat about this one, let's move on to the next era. That's right, we are actually getting into the Emily era this time around. I don't always get this far in my video clip roulettes, but this time is a little different because it's not exactly a video clip at all, actually. It's not. It's a screenshot. Maybe we can call it media show and tell, I suppose. So let me take you back to a time in 2025 before Amber went to Wisconsin and Emily was a fresh new girlfriend. Someone decided to get on the AMA subreddit, and although it was technically an anonymous Ask Me Anything, it became clear quite quickly that this person was pretending to be Amber Reid. So, let's have a little read, shall we? I'm a 33-year-old, 550-pound plus woman. Ask me anything. Before you ask, no, I don't work a formal job. I make money from my YouTube channel. It's enough to cover my rent and other expenses. I have 3 animals that I can barely take care of. I've heard the laundry list of comorbidities I can get from my weight, none of which I actually have yet. I have tried to lose weight since I was a child, but with my childhood, I've just turned to food for comfort. It's so much harder to kick than anything else I've quit. It seems like every time I try, I fail. So I don't even try anymore. I just have come to realize that this is my life. When I die, I'll die. But feel free to ask me anything. Question: how do you afford to buy the amount of calories it takes to maintain 550 plus pounds? This is a serious question. I get super chats from my lives and make pretty good money from views. I've been on YouTube for years, so I have a dedicated following. It's not nearly as much as I was making at one point, but it's enough to cover my expenses. And then we have a deleted question, but here's the answer. I take my dog out for a walk around the apartment complex that I live in, but the walks are very short at best. I have a new girlfriend, so hopefully she could move in here soon to help me with those walks. My previous girlfriends have helped care for my animals when I was at my heaviest. My cats are fine, though. The way I see it, they don't need as much care as my dog does. The reply to that is also deleted. But the OP replies with, "Thank you for your encouragement." Question: how do you bend down to scoop litter boxes and fill/clean their food bowls? Answer: my mom comes over and helps me with those tasks. Question: Amberlynn Reid, is that you? Reply: that's hectic.
Oh, that's hectic.
Question: I struggle with cigarette. What I tell myself is I can never quit quitting. No matter how many times I fail to quit, I won't quit quitting. Reply: I guess trying and failing is better than not trying at all. I'm just so tired of it. I catch myself manipulating myself to justify my cravings. Reply: Preach. I have full quit for months and then restarted so many times. But looking back, I know I've been able to quit in the past, and that really can lift me up when I'm feeling defeated as I smoke another. LOL. It sounds bad, but currently quit for 5 weeks, so I know when I'm knocked down, I'll stand again. And honestly, I might fail again, but I won't let that keep me from standing right now. Well, there's a lot of typos. That was a tough read. Question: what's your YouTube channel about? Answer: it's now a vlogging channel about my life. Originally, it started off as a weight loss channel. I was inspired by other weight loss channels at the time and decided to go for it to help keep me accountable. Over time, it has just documented my failures. Reply: at least you're keeping it real. Question: did you experience trauma as a child? Answer: my parents were drug addicted and I was in and out of foster care until I aged out of the system. My mother and I are on good terms now that she's sober. I definitely think my childhood trauma contributes to my comfort in food. Reply: oh, definitely. I'm sorry you went through that. You were a child who needed to be loved and cared for. Have you done therapy to address this? Answer: yes, I went through therapy in order to qualify for WLS. I learned a lot about myself during those 12 sessions, but I mostly did it for the program, not because I wanted to. Reply: I think that is the key. You have to want to change. I wish you well. Reply: thank you. I understand that. I just felt like at that point in my life, I didn't want to know certain things about myself. I feel so discouraged from all of my attempts. I don't feel up to even trying anymore. Question: don't you feel it would be better to hire a dog walker? I think your pets deserve a bit more than a short walk around the apartment. Good for you for getting out there, though, seriously. But have you considered a walker or dog daycare so they could have more stimulation? This question went unanswered. Question: so, if I understand correctly, you do not care anymore. And I understand that, because as someone with a chronic illness, I too have felt like that many times and did not want to work on my health. Disappointed because nothing was working. How is your partner reacting about you giving up? Do they try to convince you to lose weight? Or do they accept your resignation? Also, do you often have to remove rude comments from your YouTube channel? Sorry. I've seen some very unpleasant comments on many weight-related channels, so asking out of curiosity. Answer: my partner wants me to be happy. If that's indulging in food, she's okay with that. She doesn't give me a hard time about it. She actually encourages me to eat what I want. I turn the comments off sometimes. At this point, I've become so numb to the hate on YouTube, I post more on TikTok to get a better response. TikTok doesn't pay, but I'd rather react to the nicer comments on there than YouTube. But I can't quit YouTube because it pays the bills. Question: that's awesome you're able to make enough to live from your YouTube channel. Have you considered surgery or medication to help with weight loss? Answer: I have considered surgery and was even approved for it after spending hundreds of dollars out of pocket for therapy sessions. I don't feel like I'm ready. I've also been interviewed for my 600-pound life, but I refuse to do the shower scene. I've taken medication to curb my appetite. My girlfriend's mom paid for it, wanting to help me lose weight. But I would just force myself to eat, so it was pointless. I've tried Ozempic and semaglutide injections 2 separate times. The first time, I lost a good bit of weight, but it became expensive to pay out of pocket. Then I recently tried the off-brand stuff, and I found it didn't work how it did before, so I stopped taking it because I felt it wasn't worth it if it wasn't helping. Reply: Well, have you compared the cost compared to the cost of food that you spend each month or year? Answer: I think just slightly. Ozempic costed more than my takeout expenses. I felt like one was more worth it than the other. Oh my God. Question: is doing a shower scene required to be on the show? Answer: unfortunately, as of 2019, it was. I'm unsure if that's still a requirement. Question: have you considered a weight loss drug like Zepbound? Answer: is it similar to Ozempic? Reply: sort of. Same class of drugs, but works better. It's a miracle drug. Question: do you date? Sexually active? Answer: yes, I date and am sexually active. I've had no problems finding girlfriends. I've been engaged twice. Comment: I think it's someone pretending to be Amberlynn Reid. Comment: I've been trying to make money doing YouTube, but it isn't easy. Comment: this is giving Amberlynn Reid vibes. Reply: it's someone impersonating her. Yes, that was pretty silly, I know, but also I enjoyed it. I think what I enjoyed the most is whoever this was, they really committed to the role. As we were reading through it, I was mostly just trying to guess who was trolling and knew exactly what was happening, and who might have been an innocent bystander just trying to participate in an AMA. Anyway, let's have ourselves a corgi cam, and then we can wrap things up. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining me in this game of video clip roulette today. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments if you did. Today's shout out goes to the folks on screen right now. As always, I really appreciate your insight, your thoughts, your comments, and your kind words, and of course, your help with the algorithm. If you enjoyed this video and wouldn't mind helping me out as well, you can give this video a like, a share, or leave a comment down below. All right, that's it for today. I will leave a few videos on screen if you want to keep watching this channel, and otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Come on!
Okay. Minnie, I have one more line. Just one. Can I say it?